Hey everybody, this is Ashley and I'm live on my YouTube channel. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for the like. Hey Teresa, how are you? Let's see. Okay, so cool stuff that's been happening. I actually was interviewed yesterday by Chris Green. Some of you may know Chris Green in the Amazon FBA, Merch by Amazon, and now KDP world. So I got interviewed by him on his Facebook group. That's what I'm trying to go with, not YouTube channel. Facebook group, Merch Life. I put a link to the interview and you can watch me dorkily smile because whenever I'm nervous, I just smile. So I feel like such an idiot. Oh, big lead. Yeah, no. Actually, I volunteered for Chris. He was looking for people and I'm like, I'll do it. Like, right? I was his first guinea pig for this. So yeah, maybe I'm not that cool, but I'm a guinea pig. So I can deal with that. I can be okay with being a guinea pig to get a little bit of extra exposure. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so other big news is I submitted my book for teaching military spouses how to do Amazon last night. So hopefully it'll be approved in the next day or two. Or I've had stuff go through in less than 24 hours and stuff that's taken a week. So I'm not exactly sure on the whole system, but hey, whatever. And I launched my website, ashschmidt.com, Schmidt or Ash, A-S-H, Schmidt, S-C-H-M-I-T-T. It's in the show notes. And there is the cool thing to sign up for my email list and get a 365 plus ideas for low content books. So I sat down and typed out all these crazy things, crazy holidays, and then like things you can mix and match it with. So in honor of all that, hey, I'm going to, Ajitha? Sorry, I'm trying. I'm the worst pronouncer ever. I would have been a terrible pronouncer. I would have been a terrible teacher. That would have been my worst nightmare, to be a teacher and say every kid's like name the first day of school. That'd be awful. Where was I? I totally lost my train of thought. Anyway, so yeah, okay. So I came up, I launched my website, the other night, and it has a course on it. You guys are probably all really experienced with low content book publishing and stuff, but there is a course in there. And like I said, I'm going to try and focus on helping military spouses get into this whole low content publishing and get into publishing and, all that stuff. Because I've had the personal experience of being a military wife. I was in the military myself and a military wife, and we pick up and move. I've counted, and it was 11 moves in 20 years. So pretty much every year or two, we got to pick up and move. And so once I got out and, was just being a stay-at-home mom, I mean, don't get me wrong, being a stay-at-home mom is awesome, but I wanted to contribute. I had a great education. I just couldn't just sit home. It just wasn't within me. I was too much of a go-getter. And so, so I decided to do this publishing thing. And maybe you've all heard my story if you listen to that. I got into publishing so that I could do something. I could make things and not have to inventory or have to worry about customer service or any of that. It is so, I think low content book publishing, I think working with Amazon, Merch by Amazon, all the print on demand products are just amazing because you can build an income and anybody can succeed. Now, it does take the willingness to learn and continually change and find what's working, what isn't working, and, do something different. But anyone can succeed if they just continue going along. And I really like that. I love the opportunity to do that. So today, what I wanted to talk about was golden nuggets for publishing, right? Where do these golden nuggets come from? And so I was going to kind of give you my background in this as well as give you these golden nuggets. So my background is I grew up in Southern California. And I wanted to be an astronaut as a kid. I know everyone wants to be an astronaut, but I decided, I think age 6 or 7, that's what I was going to do. And so being the very determined and stubborn child I was. I kept all the way through high school, that that's what I wanted to do. And somewhere, I think in 6th or 7th grade, I decided that the best method to get to being an astronaut was to be in the Air Force and be an Air Force fighter pilot. And backing that up, the best way to be an Air Force fighter pilot was to go to the Air Force Academy. So being the stubborn person I am, I said, gee, I'm going to go to the Air Force Academy. And that was the only thing I ever wanted to do. I actually wrote, I remember, to them, I think in 7th or 8th grade. And I got a note back like really a lot later, because I just wanted information about the school, the college. If you don't know, the Air Force Academy is a lot like West Point or Annapolis. And you've probably maybe heard of those. But it's a military 4-year college type thing, and you commission into that service. And so I wrote to them, and I got something back saying, like, we know you're not old enough to go to school yet, you know, contact us in a few years. I was like, whoa, did the FBI check me out? I'm like some little kid, right? Anyway, so I decided to go do that. It was, I studied, I worked hard, I, got the grades, did everything I was supposed to do. And lo and behold, I actually got to go to the Air Force Academy. And I know this has a point. I swear it has a point in publishing, but I'm just giving you my background. And I'm going to tell you some funny stories, because I think they're funny. They're funny now looking back on it. So some of my most memorable moments in boot camp were that, I don't know if they were mad at us. We were underclassmen, and they were mad at us for something. I can't remember what they were particularly mad at us for. And so they decided, oh, I remember. I'm sorry. Okay. I got at the beginning of the story. So the beginning of the story, when you're at the Air Force Academy, it's at 7,258 feet. It's like 7 to 8 or 9,000. And we were in Jacks Valley, which is kind of the outdoor area where they like turn us out in the woods and, starve us and run around and do all that sort of stuff. And they make you drink a lot of water because it's a really high altitude, a lot of water. Like you are drinking a gallon of water an hour. It's ridiculous. So inevitably you have to go to the bathroom a lot because they put so much water in you. And guys being guys, and that they have the ability that females do not, they give us these water jugs, and the guys would drink the water jugs and then save them, and then they would refill them so they didn't have to go to the bathroom, because going to the bathroom was like an ordeal. You'd have to run past the upperclassmen's tents, get yelled at, and come back, get yelled at. Okay, so like something that should take you 2 minutes took you like 30, and you had to do it all the time. So guys being industrious decided to refill the jugs instead of just sucking it up and going to the bathroom. So anyway, they dug like a hole and stuck it in the ground, and the cadre found this. And I know I'm horrifying you all. You're gonna have to love this. So they found their jugs of pee, right? And they had a great idea. They had the great idea to dump out the jugs on the dirt and then make us all low crawl through it. Oh yes. Yeah. That was so fun, let me tell you. And because we were really disgusting after that, they thought it would be a great idea to low crawl through the sewers. Lost you all. I didn't hear about Lakenheath losing a pilot. That's too sad. Oh, I'm sorry. You have the hourglass on your camping. Okay. So needless to say, we were all sick and it was no fun. But there's a point out of this, all of this stuff. So my funny stories, just so you have my point here, is that some of my best books have come out of the things that were hardest. The best golden nuggets, the best ones that I've books sell is something I know really well. Some often experience that was maybe more on the tragic side or maybe the more saddening side, because I learned so much from that. I learned a whole lot from these trying experiences. And so what I wanted to tell you was that golden nuggets for publishing for your books generally come from something that you've experienced. The ones that do really well are something you often dismiss. One of my best Christmas sellers was something that I thought, I was like, no one's going to want to hear about this. No one's going to buy that, because to me, it was something average. To me, it was something that I hadn't thought about because I knew so much about it. I overlooked the need for it. And so I think some of the best nuggets can come from experiences you've had that you often dismiss. So that's kind of what I want to talk about. Is more, I had all these funny stories. I have a ton of funny Academy stories, and I tell you them all. But the real point of that was just to show you that out of something that's really silly and stupid, you can come up with something that's really useful. Something that you I often kind of like that whole story in my head, it like doesn't exist, right? I put it back behind me. And so some of the best things you can get for publishing are those things that you don't think about. Maybe some of the things that are hard to think about, or even stuff that you just dismiss because it's just casual to you. It's just old hat. So that's what I wanted to offer, is that examine your experiences, examine your life, and say, what do I know something about? What have I maybe been challenged on? What have I been tried on? What have I had problem solving? And if you can figure out what problems you've had solving and then how you solved them, and then figure out a low content book that solves that problem or walks you through a solution, then you can definitely create something that is specific and useful, and that it can be focused. My best books have always been ones that were really, really focused, really niche, not just, I always use the example, like there's gratitude journals for women, gratitude journals for Christian women, right? That's really specific. You could even go into a specific, Christian religion. And some of that sort of stuff is what I've had really great success in, just niching down. It makes it really easy when you do ads as well to advertise to that population. That's one of my most successful advertising campaigns, have always been super, super niche targeted items. But I want you to start thinking about experiences you've had, things that are just normal, everyday occurrences to you. Those are the golden nuggets that you're really going to do well on. Okay, let's see. Comments. What do we got? Still at work. Oh, Mike, sorry. Oh, thanks for coming. I'm sorry about, the Lakenheath. I hadn't heard about that. When I was stationed at Lakenheath, and we actually had 2 pilots crash in Scotland, and that was really hard. It was actually even scary because I was actually supposed to be flying with them that week, and I took myself off the schedule. So it hits kind of close to home. All right. Does anyone have questions? I think the internet is just not doing well today because mine keeps going in and out. And I'm so sorry if you guys are losing me or I'm losing you. Any questions? Any thoughts? Anything you guys want me to talk about next time? Check out the Merch Life, Chris Green's Facebook group. I put a link in the bottom to show you show you where it is. I think he pretty much lets it. Forget to check out my webpage and get your 365 plus low content book ideas. And that's at ashschmidt.com. I'm not a huge psycho emailer, so you don't have to worry about getting mass amounts of junk email from me, because honestly, I'm just not that person. Eventually, maybe I'll get to where I send a whole, email a month out. That would be pretty good for me, but I'm pretty low key. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. Let me know if you have questions. You can type them into the comments. You can, there's a link. You can send them to my Google form, and let me know if you guys need anything. I'm so excited you are all here. Ooh, one more thing. Sorry. It's supposed to be right now, July 15th. I'm going to have Neil Lassen from Merch Informer. He's going to do an interview with me. So I'm excited about that. It's scheduled right now for like July 15th, but more as it comes closer, and normal time, noon. So I will see you all next week, and keep making lots of books. All right. Okay. Bye.